Hey, welcome to My Week After the Show. So we all saw little headlines throughout the week. So I'm going to start with you, Nolan. What'd you see?
Well, we have another Republican in the presidential.
No, say it isn't so.
Virginia Governor Jim Gilmore, former governor, jumped in today, I think. So my question is, and you've got a pen here,
right.
Can the three of us name all 17?
All right, let's go.
Jeb
Bush,
I would never be able to.
Trump, Jindal, Rubio, Cruz,
Carson.
Kasich, Carson, Paul,
Christy.
Christy. Carla Fiorino.
Right.
All right, I got 10.
Pataki.
I got 10. Pataki. And no, I didn't realize he was running.
I thought he was a Democrat. Lindsey Graham is 11.
I'm starting to peter out.
Steve,
Walker.
jump
How
in
do we
here.
forget
Scott
Walker?
Walker's 12. We need
Scott
5
Walker.
more, Steve.
We need, no, wait.
We got 12. There's 17 in.
Oh, my gosh.
Really?
Yeah.
We only
Who
have
we
12?
forgetting?
Perry.
Oh, Rick
Perry.
Perry. That's 13.
Huckabee. We forgot Huckabee.
Santorum.
Did we get Rubio?
We
Yeah,
did
got
get
him up
Rubio.
top. Santorum's 15.
The guy from Virginia.
No, we already mentioned him.
Did we already count him?
I thought he was in. Yeah, he's in. I keep getting his emails. That's
Yeah,
15.
he's in.
There's, did we say Ben Carson?
Yeah.
We did say Ben Carson, but we might have been yelling. I think we got it.
I don't think we got it. I think we need 2 more.
Trump.
Did I say Bobby
You said
Jindal?
Trump.
We said Trump?
We said Trump out of the gate, which is what's wrong with the entire
Kasich.
system.
Did we say Kasich?
I
Yes.
said Kasich, so I think we doubled up on a couple of things.
Yeah, but I think we're still missing 2. But anyway, you could see what they're up against.
All right, so because next week is the debate in Cleveland, and that was part of my headline. And I want to read it because I found this great quote on Twitter. An advisor to John Kasich's campaign said, preparing for this debate, quote, imagine a NASCAR driver mentally preparing for a race, knowing one of the drivers will be drunk. That's what prepping for this debate is like.
Except he's not going to be on the stage, probably.
Well, but they're all fighting now. So isn't it up until Tuesday's the deadline
So
for
this is
the
one of
for the
one of
average
problems,
of
right?
for the
Like,
average of the polls?
Really difficult to figure out. I mean, they're all bunched so closely together that I think you're likely to see somebody say, "Well, wait a second, this is not fair."
Like
and-
my poll says that I'm
Right,
2 percentage
that-
points, and that would
doesn't
pop
get
me over the
on-
edge.
Anybody who doesn't get on the main stage, they're having a
Yeah.
undercard debate
Right.
at 5 o'clock.
The losers bracket, the
Well,
winner bracket, losers bracket.
You know, whatever you want to call it, but it's a, you know, like the race before the Kentucky Derby at 5 o'clock, and the ones who aren't on the main stage, it's absurd. I think they should do some sort of small group debates, and then like a round robin fashion, like, or even like the NAACP or NCAA tournament,
Right.
where you know you just keep debating, and you do polls who won and he moves on. Or
GOP bracket.
You know,
One
but
seed,
it's
16
crazy.
seed.
I mean,
Yeah.
when everybody's got 1 or 2% to try to.
Well, it's too early
win
to.
on.
It's too early to be trying to draw those distinctions, and you're almost certain to put somebody on stage now who's actually not going to
And yet
survive.
you can't have 17 people on a stage. So why not do some series of small group debates where you mix them up?
It sort of reminds me of the 2010 Republican. Or no, that wasn't just Republicans.
It'd be 2012.
No. When we were in the middle of the gubernatorial race,
right,
and we had 7 people on stage
when
at
you had all the
Mackinac,
for
but that was
mayor.
Democrats too.
Yeah.
That was Dillon and
Or the last
Bernero.
Remember with
plus
the
all
last
Republicans.
mayoral debate where Duggan and Benny just agreed, hey, we're not going to say anything. We're going to let these other 6 people.
You had all these other
themselves
people
out.
up there. Yeah,
You know,
it never worked.
Okay, so then let's get to the question: is this debate doing any kind of service for anybody whatsoever?
It's entertainment
or is it
right
doing
now.
now a disservice?
No,
not
it's
doing what
entertainment.
supposed to be
It does give you it should give you a chance to at least hear. And I would think that the Republicans are hoping that it'll give people a chance to hear someone other than Trump say what they really want to do and take
There's
some
not
of
a
the
chance
glare
to hear
away
from
from that.
anybody other than Trump. I mean, I was talking to Christy before the show. Trump is.
We're doing a little pre-show conversation.
You know, like how Newt Gingrich sort of stole the show
Yeah.
at that debate in Michigan by jumping on the press and by being sort of belligerent. And boy says, well, Trump is Newt Gingrich supercharged, and I think you're going to see him try to steal the show.
And you can't go anywhere without seeing him. So last night I was watching Jon Stewart, and then I was flipping around after it was over. I know I should go to bed earlier, but CNN was showing an interview with one of their correspondents with Trump,
Yeah.
And then MSNBC was doing an interview with the lawyer who Trump called disgusting for trying to, for excusing
good
herself to
ratings
breastfeed
right
during
now.
a deposition. But I'm saying it's like, it's all him. It's an
He's
all-consuming
very good ratings
thing.
right now, and so, and the rest of them are not. The rest of them have been sucked into responding to what he's saying. So even someone like Jeb Bush is not out there really articulating anything new about what he wants to do. So it's hard to compete with a guy who will say anything.
I mean, at this point, you've got to let this Trump phenomenon play out, because there's no point coming out with some major policy position or white paper while Trump's out there thumping
Assaulting people.
moms, you know? You're not going to get a headline.
Well, you know, yeah, and I thought it would flame out. I thought it would flame out sooner, but you know what? But he is striking a chord. He's striking a chord with people.
Well, what's happening here? I mean, these people are a little tired of sort of the same old thing, if you will, and of safe politicians. You know, there's a lot of discontent in the country. There's a lot of people who are seeing changes in the country they're not quite sure about, and they see these sort of bland, safe politicians. And you got Elmer Gantry standing up here, Howard Beale screaming and hollering and saying, "I'm going to do this." And
I wish it was that innocuous.
Resonate.
I think there's something in the extremely racist and now misogynist substance of what Trump's saying that's really troubling. That shouldn't be popular. That shouldn't be what people are looking for.
I don't even know that people are paying as much attention to what he's saying, Steve, but the fact that they feel like he's going to fight and he's going to stand up and shout. I don't think it has anything to do with his message as much as
I think it
absolutely
does. I think it does, and I think you're right to be concerned about it.
He's appealing to a part of conservatism that Republicans have flirted with a long time in this country, and now it's blowing up in their faces.
If you did, and all we've done so far is poll Republicans. I bet if you polled independents and even Democrats, I think you'd be surprised at some of
how popular Trump is,
where you'd see support for Trump. I think you would.
All right, so we're going to stop.
There's nothing populist about what he's saying.
Let's stop talking about Trump now. We're going to stop talking about it. What did you see? Did you have a headline? Did you come with a headline?
I did come with a headline. Maybe.
Write it down. Write it down. Hang on, Stephen did his work today. Gold star.
Congress still screwing around with the National Highway Trust Fund. It's scheduled the patch that they have for it scheduled to expire at the end of this week. Last week they said, well, we don't want to raise new money. Let's take the blight money that the cities like Detroit. I wrote a column about this week. That cities like Detroit get. I mean, the abdication here, which stretches 20, 23 years, and not revisiting how to fund that is just, I mean, it's epic. And there is no solution on the table that anybody thinks will ever get done.
But it should be a warning for Michigan, because the federal government ultimately, if they're going to solve this, is going to raise the national gas tax.
They're going to have to.
And if that happens, there's no way Michigan can raise its gasoline tax. These lawmakers need to get out in front of this.
Actually, I mean, there are other states, other red states, in fact, that have raised gas taxes already and have not seen a huge backlash.
No,
I mean,
but if the federal government slaps on 15 and then Michigan tries to follow,
then it's a big
people
fight.
start screaming.
You need to get out there and get your job done.
The other thing that's got to happen is that you got to start thinking about something other than the gas tax to fund this stuff, because fuel consumption is going down, partially because vehicles are better with it, and there's still this sort of growing, not that fast, but growing use of alternative energy vehicles. So.
But the number of vehicles haven't really declined, and so probably going to have to look at registration fees as a primary
mileage taxes.
Funder, and that's even mileage taxes don't work in a situation where cars are getting more miles per gallon. I think I say we're going to have to shift more of this to registration fees.
All right, and well, wasn't Governor just meeting with the heads of the parties in Lansing, saying we've got to get a road deal done?
They need
to
get a road done before we enter the 2016 election cycle. The Republicans are going to lose the House. They're going to get slaughtered in those races.
I don't know.
I don't think they can lose the House. They'll lose seats. I don't think
they'll
the
lose
map.
the House.
You think?
Sure.
Really?
I mean, that map was drawn.
Map is
by the time you get to 16, that map is what, 6 years old, 5, 6 years old. Demographics change. They're worried about their prospects in the House if they don't get this deal done, or if they face an angry electorate. I think that's where they're most vulnerable.
Yeah, and obviously the presidential turnout could make a difference. There.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year and a half. All right, that's my week after the show. Thanks for joining us. Take care. We'll see you next time.